I'm a pastor, and I also work for a nonprofit organization where we work with non-custodial parents, where I represent a lot of those parents in the courtroom. So I had to really start taking care of myself because it's a very stressful job. But from that stress, it started creating a lot of other different things that I didn't realize. You know, it's funny, I tried a lot of different treatments I ordered some things online, some different straps that supposedly hold your chin in a certain direction. I tried different sleeping pills, some naturopath things. It just didn't help. So once I found out it was structural, my uncle was the one who told me about the sleep study. And after pursuing it, I saw it was something I really wanted to try. I didn't have anything to lose. So the reason I came to the sleep center is I started having a lot of trouble sleeping due to stress, and very tired throughout the day. Would fall asleep at the red light, picking up my kids at school. Many times I'd fall asleep in the car line. Cars would have to honk at me to make me wake up. But I started noticing my health was starting to go down. I started gaining weight, gained over 20 pounds. Blood pressure was over 200 a lot of times. And so I realized I had to start doing something. My wife, she would prod me many times at night due to the snoring, and to the point I'd have to go to the couch, and I got tired of going to the couch. So if I was to tell someone else about the sleep study, the one thing I would definitely say is that you can find the peace that you always thought you could have, but that good night's sleep, you can't put into words what that does for you on a daily basis, of how you become more effective, more energetic. One thing that was really starting to bother me is that I just didn't even have the energy to play with my kids and spend quality time with them. And quality time for us was literally them looking forward to me falling asleep on a movie or a television show, or even sometimes a ball game. So for anyone who is interested, I would definitely say, if you don't do it for yourself, do it for your family. I'm now coaching one of my youngest sons' Little League football team. So I have a lot of energy doing that. I'm at work. I put my time in at work. I still do my visitations with church. I'm more focused during my study time. And I can actually read a book without the book reading me. So I just had a follow-up 10 days ago, and that was my first session since being on the CPAP machine. And I have lost 15 pounds. My blood pressure was 120/80, and I have not fallen asleep at all during the day since I've been on the machine. I've been on the machine now since July, and it has done wonders for me in this small amount of time. So I told my wife that I have another partner in the bed with me, and it's my CPAP machine. So the first person that I met, I can't remember her name, but she sat down with me and talked to me, and she said, I can just look at you and tell that you're not getting a good night's sleep. And after coming back for my review a few weeks ago, the person that I met, she was so energetic and so excited, and she even punched me in the arm, and I said, oh, watch it there, and she started laughing because she said, I'm just so excited, and I told her I'm excited too. So just the personal relationships that I've built since I've been here has really done wonders for me, because I always like to know that the person know who I am. I'm just not another number or another person walking through the door, but they actually know my name and they care about my situation. I definitely would have recommendations to a lot of people. I told my entire congregation during my pastoral announcements about the study. I've actually had 3 people that said they have already looked into getting tested for the sleep apnea. I just recommended it to my father. He is going through some things now with his health, and I believe that the sleep study could help him out tremendously with that as well. So I'm telling all my family, my friends, and even some of my enemies, you need to try this sleep study. The routine that I had to create with the CPAP, I was very nervous about the CPAP at first, because just getting to a mindset of I'm going to have a mask on my face while I sleep. So getting over the initial nervousness of it, I selected to do the full mask, because sometimes I breathe out of my mouth. So this was suggested by one of the staff that I try the full mask. And the first night it was a little uncomfortable, just knowing you had something on your face. But once I adjusted the straps and once the comfort level was there, many times you couldn't even tell that the mask was there. Few times I do notice there's when you get a little push of air from the mask into your eyes, or you may roll over and that mask moves, but normally it's very comfortable. I remember the first time that my daughter walked into the room while I had the mask on. She started screaming and ran through the house, saying, "Mom, something's wrong with Dad." But after explaining to her what the mask was, and them realizing I wasn't snoring anymore, they actually make sure they remind me to put my mask on at night. So it's been a great benefit to know that they understand what the mask does as well. It doesn't really interfere with my wife and I in intimate times in the bed. We spend quality time before I put the mask on. But one thing that we've been able to do here recently that I have not ever been able to do since we've been married, and that's over 10 years, is sleep on my back. I normally would have to sleep on my side in order for us to cuddle, but I would end up snoring and I would have to roll over. But now I can literally sleep on my back without snoring. So that's signs for that we can really spend time together and still be comfortable with the mask on. I definitely think it starts out with looking at St. Francis and just the standing with faith, that faith is the leading answer. You can't go wrong with faith because God is the beginning answer and the ending answer. But when you have spiritual people that can walk that and talk that and guide a person who may not even be spiritual, I think it's doing a greater good than just making a person healthy, it's making them whole again.